Hello and welcome as we continue our report on the beautiful Silversea Silver Shadow. This time we'll do the dining and drink guide as well as the onboard entertainment guide. This report is filtered through the lens of our recent experiences aboard the Silver Shadow, April and May of 2026. And if you have an interest, please check out the first part of this series, the Silver Shadow Ship and Suite Tour. The Ship and Suite Tour has already sailed and is waiting for you at T's Cruise and Travel Muse. And because we are going to be offering some opinions, I want it well known that it is our opinion and our opinion only. This is a trip that was financed by us and no one else. And all of these opinions were formed on our 24-day trip, starting on April 8th and ending on May 2nd of 2026 aboard the Silver Shadow. So let's get started with the Silver Shadow Dining and Drink Guide. And we're first going to start with dining. There are 5 main dining options spread across 4 decks, and in-suite dining giving a total of 6 choices. And we'll start on deck 4 with the rather generically named The Restaurant that serves as the main dining room. The restaurant has that rather classic cruise feel, and the ambience is rather classical with a certain understated elegance throughout. It is entirely open seating with plenty of tables for 2, and no reservation is necessary. Every meal will start with a rather attractive bread basket. If you don't tell them quickly, no bread please. And then you will be offered some wine by the sommelier or a drink waiter. If you are unhappy with the selection for the evening, there are plenty of alternatives available for the asking. And of course, if you are still unhappy with the selection, you are more than welcome to select from the connoisseur's wine list for an extra charge. And now a quick word about the menus of the restaurant. Although the menus were more compact and of less variety than the larger Silversea ships, there was still plenty to choose from. And the menus were arranged by the region in which we were sailing. There were always a few dishes that highlighted the flavors of Spain, France, and Italy, as well as other regions and parts of the world, and some regulars showing up on the menu night after night. And every menu, although limited, always had some standouts. On Italian nights, a delicious asparagus ravioli was served, lasagna, and a very tasty pesto-based pasta dish. There were always good options for surf and turf choices, and even some far-flung choices from places like India. The main menu did vary night by night, but not by much, but certainly enough to keep it interesting and offer welcomed variety. There were certainly some standards that were offered almost every night, and some recipes from restaurants that really did not appear on the Silver Shadow. A good selection of desserts was available, and most were satisfying. If you were on a voyage that lasts 12 days or more, you would probably be served up the Silver Shadow brunch. Here you could start with sparkling wine, a Bloody Mary, or if you had to have your frosted flakes, they were there too, as well as the breakfast egg station and plenty of breakfast pastries. But lunchtime was fully on view as well, with a carving station, caviar, sushi in all its various forms, plenty of seafood, and a plethora of cheese and cold cuts, including a delicious traditionally served jamon. And after indulging to your heart's content, there were plenty of desserts to be had. And one other thing to note is the restaurant is also open for breakfast and lunch for a sit-down a la carte menu option to the buffet. Stepping up one deck to deck 5, we come to the restaurant that's not really a restaurant, and that's the Atrium Bar. It's really more of a coffee shop with plenty of other things to taste and try. That changes from pastries in the morning to cookies and sweets in the afternoon to small sandwiches and sandwich wraps, fruit bowls, and late at night, chocolate. Moving up to deck 7, we find La Terrazza. La Terrazza is the other main dining venue aboard, and for at least breakfast and lunch, it is open seating and served up in a buffet style. And if you want to dine outside al fresco, La Terrazza is the one restaurant that has an area at the back of the ship that allows for open-air seating, weather permitting. For breakfast, you can expect the regular breakfasty things, including fresh fruits, dates, eggs, whatever way you want them, smoked salmon, bacon, hash, sausage, potatoes, and even egg rolls. Lunch in La Terrazza is a bit more expansive, and the menu changes more or less daily, with some items standard and being offered every day. There's plenty of bread, a well laid out salad bar, a sandwich of the day, and plenty of different dishes to keep one interested. Sometimes there's a theme to all the dishes, sometimes not. There's also pizza and plenty of side dishes to go with whatever they're serving up on the daily carving station. Today it was porchetta. Another day it was roast sirloin. There's also a nice side station with plenty of unusual things, plus cold cuts, several kind of cheeses, and everything from poke bowls to the various forms of sushi, including maki, nigiri, and sometimes sashimi. And to cap off that wonderful meal, there are plenty of desserts to explore. Overall, we found the buffets interesting, with plenty of variety and usually very, very good. In the evening, La Terrazza turns into a reservation-required Italian dining eatery. There is no additional upcharge for dining at La Terrazza. Now, we found overall that the Italian dining experience at La Terrazza was actually very good. And while the menu is much more limited as opposed to the other larger Silversea ships, at least to me, we found the menu big enough and varied enough that several trips were made to La Terrazza and enjoyed very much. The menu changes in La Terrazza somewhat about every 3 days. So while a veal chop might be featured one day, 3 days later it may be ossobuco. All of the desserts served in La Terrazza in the evening are Italian focused, and were unfortunately a bit of hit and miss. Weather permitting, they will still set up a few tables outside so you can dine al fresco if you wish. Next door to La Terrazza is La Dame. La Dame is Silversea's answer to a French bistro-style restaurant. Reservations must be made to dine at La Dame, and there is an upcharge on the Silver Shadow of $60 per head at the time we made this video. The wine served is French-centric, and this is the one restaurant they will definitely try to upsell you on a bottle of wine. It is a small, elegant space serving only about 28 guests per seating. As far as I know, the menu never changes in La Dame, but we did 2 visits during our 24-day voyage and found the food delicious and varied enough for 2 visits and served with a side of slight pretension. One additional thing to note is that jackets are required for the gentlemen. Stepping up to deck 8, we find the lunch and dinner venue, the Grill. Located around the pool deck, the Grill serves up standard lunchtime fare like hamburgers, hot dogs, sandwiches, and the like, along with a side of well-done fries. In the evening, the dining experience is expanded with prime cuts of meat and sort of a steakhouse experience. There are standouts like the tuna and avocado poke bowl, seared and raw tuna, octopus and crab salad, perfectly cooked prime ribeye steak with your choice of sides, lamb chops and pork chops. There are just a few desserts like this apple pie a la mode, ice cream, and one night this very interesting dessert that was sort of an inverted pavlova. Past cruisers on Silversea, please take note. If you're expecting to go to the Grill in the evening and find this, the Hot Rocks Experience, you will be disappointed. Now for us, the Hot Rocks Experience was kind of a hit and kind of a miss. Although we enjoyed the process of cooking on the hot lava stone, what we did not enjoy was the mess that was involved with it. Hot grease splattered everywhere and coated everything. So Hot Rocks was not something you wanted to do in your Sunday finest. So for whatever reason, be it the hot flying oil or the fact that you're dealing with a superheated lava stone basically sitting in the lap of your client, Silversea has quietly done away with the Hot Rocks concept across the fleet. Once called beloved, it is apparently no longer loved and has been eliminated. The 6th choice for your dining venue is your own room. In-suite dining is included and is available 24/7. In the off hours, the menu is very limited, and at least on the Silver Shadow during the regular dining hours, a full meal experience is available from the restaurant. Meals are delivered either by room service or by your butler, and they will set up a table in your room, and you may enjoy in-suite dining as elaborate as a 4-course meal or just snacks, a caviar service, or canapes. So how did we judge the food aboard the Silver Shadow and this voyage? Well, we called it very good. The only weak spots might be the idea that the menus were a bit light on choices, but the execution of those menu items were very good. Everything else was consistently excellent except for possibly the drink service, with it still being a bit hard to find a decent wine amongst the included wines. Overall, the quality and taste of the selections offered, at least in my eyes, were very good for a ship this size. Well, let's take a look at the Silver Shadow drink guide. Essentially, almost everything is included. Wine, beer, premium liquors, specialty coffees, teas, and soft drinks, all included. If you want something extra special, think Louis XIII or a bottle of Opus 1 for that special event or moment, then it's all there and available for purchase. Well, let's get started with Deck 5 aft at the rather generically named The Bar. The bar, usually open from 6 p.m. until late, is a very comfortable venue, all dark woods and carpets that host comfortable seating and a full, expansive bar area. It is also home to nightly entertainment from the resident pianist or guitarist. Next up is the Atrium Bar, also on Deck 5. this time midship. The atrium bar is more than just a bar and is open all day from 6 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. In the morning, it serves as the hot spot for specialty coffees and light snacks. It also hosts afternoon tea around the 4 o'clock mark and is probably the least crowded full-service bar in the evenings. Instead of being dark and intimate just like the bar, it is more an open and airy space, more conducive to cocktails and conversation. Next up is the pool bar on Deck 8 midship. The pool bar serves all of the pool deck plus the grill restaurant. It's a great place to go get your BBC or pina colada during the afternoon. The pool bar is open in the morning until 10 o'clock in the evening unless there is a special event happening at the pool. Next up on Deck 8 aft is the Panorama Lounge, featuring full bar service and entertainment through most of the evening. The Panorama Bar also features special event entertainment occasionally and is usually open from 4 p.m. until late. The Panorama Lounge features a DJ late night and a large dance floor. There is also a small outside area if you enjoy having your drinks on the patio. While strictly speaking not an open bar, there is the observation library on Deck 10 forward. It is a nice quiet space and lounge that features the ship's library and a self-service tea and coffee area. All told, it is a quiet and rather underutilized area right next to the spa. One other spot where you can get a drink is the Connoisseur's Corner on Deck 8 aft. It has bar service from 9 o'clock in the evening on until late, but you can certainly order something from the nearby Panorama Bar and have it brought into you. It is also the smoking area that features fine cigars and even finer liquors for purchase. A fine scotch or little Louis XIII, anyone? The Connoisseur's Corner also features a well-ventilated outdoor smoking area. Silversea offers a wide range of included beers, wines, and premium liquors, and a number of entertaining and comfortable venues in which to enjoy them. Here is the included wine list that you can peruse at your leisure. Just pause the video. Keep in mind, these may or may not be the same wines included on the next Silversea cruise. However, I have seen some of the same wines show up over and over again as we cruise on different ships. And I can almost always find something that suits my rather unrefined palate just fine. And now a quick word about what you can expect from the entertainment. And yes, there is the usual cruise ship fare, trivia, deck games, name that tune, and so on. But let's talk about what else is on display by the venue in which they're offered. The show lounge is the main event center and houses all the main shows. It's spacious, comfortable, and can host almost all of the passengers for every showing. Silversea offers up a variety of entertainment, starting with local entertainers brought on board for one night and one night only. There are also guest headliners that usually show up for 2 nights and can be anything from magicians to comedians to musicians and other specialty entertainment. Special events are also presented in the theater, such as the captain's welcome reception and, for that matter, the farewell reception as well.
Officially welcome all of you on board the Shadow. Welcome back to all our Venetian Society members.
Other special events like the Venetian Society cocktail reception,
Because we know that important because you can see the difference, how we doing, how we are doing. Our goal is always to give. I forgot that beautiful man.
Thank you, Capo. Grazie.
and of course the production shows presented by the Silver Shadow dancers and singers. Lastly, the show lounge hosts the Port Talks enrichment lectures and various demonstrations.
The center of town received a lot of damage, but most of the damage is concentrated in the forts for obvious reasons.
Next door at the bar, they host low-key entertainment like the resident pianist,
seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them.
and the resident guitarist throughout the evening. Another entertainment venue is the Panorama Lounge. That features the Silver Shadow Band throughout the evening normally. On some days I felt rather bad for the guys. They were excellent musicians, often playing to sort of an underwhelming crowd. The Panorama Lounge is also home to special events like Rock the Boat, featuring the Silver Shadow dancers and singers. And sometimes, just sometimes, a little bit of late night karaoke. The pool deck also has entertainment from time to time. Here we are watching Boogie Fever, again presented by the Silver Shadow dancers and singers, accompanied by the Silver Shadow Band. So how did we find the entertainment? Well, actually quite good and appropriate for a ship this size. The guest entertainers were, well, entertaining. The local acts were good to fair this time, and the resident onboard musicians were excellent. Is it Vegas? Well, no, but it is good for the ship and the crowd they were serving. Well, that's it for our dining and drinking guide and our entertainment guide. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be kept up to date with new videos as they release. Next up in this series is the Silversea Experience and the pros and cons of this particular voyage aboard the Silver Shadow. And after that is released, we'll explore the 24 days of Nice to Nice to Nice aboard the Silver Shadow. Thank you for watching. Check out some of our other videos, and as always, safe and happy travels from T's Cruise and Travel Muse.